another exciting episode on Impactful World with Tony. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing social media versus self-validation. Yeah, so on the show with me today, I have the CEO of Oye Pretty Fashion Styles. Join me as I welcome Dickiness Oyeyemi Kolawole. Welcome to the show again. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. It's so good to be here.
Yeah.
Again.
Yes. You know, last time I said she was just looking beautiful. You know, she was just looking. She's still looking beautiful anyhow. Just anyhow. It's okay. Choke us. Or fry us. Yeah, your plantain.
Natural beauty.
Thank you, ma. So today we want to talk about the social media and self-validation. You see so many youths, or not even youths alone now, even under youths, children, and
Teens.
you know, exactly. You see them and they're like, I want to have this at the age of 20, you know, have not 20 million when I'm this and blah, blah, because of things you see on social media. And, you know, making it now, to some extent, reducing their self-worth and how they carry themselves and how they see themselves outside. So what exactly is that?
All right, thank you so very much for having me here again. Well, this is a very broad one, and it's a serious one at that.
Yeah.
Because, okay, before we really go into it, let me just tell us what I think I know about social media. You know, social media are interactive technologies, you know, that enhances you or, you know, the entire people to create, to share ideas, informations, skills, even interests or any forms of expression via virtual communities or network. That's what it is. It's like apps, communities that has just been created for people to showcase things, to do things. It's not a real world. It's not a real world, believe me. And on the other end, what is self-validation or self-love or esteem? This is the feeling of having recognized your own self-worthiness. By the time you find yourself out and you know who you are and you appreciate who you really are, that's self-validation, and that's what you need. Social media, I wish it can be turned out, okay? People would have really seen that they are pursuing shadows. They are pursuing shadows. I'm not saying that everything on social media is not real, but I'm still saying that it's not everything that you see on social media that is real. It's not everything that you see on social media that is real at all. I tell you what, there are people that will go to any length to go to places, you know, to go and take pictures just because they want to snap and show it online and make people feel, oh, they're in one hotel, they are this or they are that. They can even form the hotel as being their own private property, which is wrong. There are people that you will see like this, and maybe after work or whatever, you see them, they will take their family, they will go to streets, rich people's streets, posting in front of houses that are not their own, and they will post it on social media. And those are the people that you want to be like. There are people that move from friend's house to the other to borrow clothes to wear. Some will go to the essence of borrowing hair to wear. Some will go into prostitution to get expensive things, and then they flash it on social media, and then you want to be like them. You have a life. Everyone has a life. Everyone is created to be something. And there's something important I also want to talk about, which is life in itself. Mistake is part of life. Mistakes. Allow yourself to make mistakes. The fact that you have made a mistake today, or that you are at a stage that you're not supposed to be, you're supposed to have moved far, far beyond does not mean that you cannot still get there. Stop using people's life to judge your own life, to join your own success in life. We all have different destinations. We are not going to the same place. We are not heading the same place. Sometimes we are not even heading the same direction. Allow yourself to make mistake. Allow yourself, when failure comes, embrace it, because it will make you to be able to come up. Look, great people in life make mistake. I will dwell with two examples. One will be biblical, and one will be one that's happened in this our contemporary world. My Bible person today is Joseph. Joseph made a lot of mistakes. But you see, Joseph's mistake is very, very beautiful, that we always keep the mistake. I will tell you one that looks normal, but it's a very, very big mistake. The fact that Joseph always dreamed, having his siblings and parents prostrating and always bowing, referencing him. If it's someone that is, I don't want to say smart, because he's a smart person. I don't want to say he's not smart, rather.
No.
It was a mistake on his part to have gone to his siblings and told them that, do you know that I dream?
I dream like this.
I always dream that one day all of you will bow down. It's only me that will stand. You know, your own this, your own that. That's like bragging. We are Christians. When God shows you something, you know that you should keep it.
Yes.
Pray towards it. But the mistake is one of the ways or one of the things that God has ordained to take him to that throne. If he had not made those mistakes, he might have not, because there wouldn't have been envy and strife.
Yes.
The siblings wouldn't have sold him.
Yes.
There wouldn't have been Potiphar's house.
Yes.
There wouldn't have been prison because he's a beloved. The father wouldn't have sold him, of course.
Yes. Yes.
So he wouldn't have attained God's purpose for his life. So we can make silly mistakes, because that mistake is a very silly one.
Yeah.
But then God used that to take him to all those places, because if he was told that this is the way you will go through all those prostrating for you and all of that, you say, just keep me. Let me stay with
Let me stay in my lane, yeah.
So allow yourself, don't make deliberate mistakes. That's not what I'm talking about. Don't go into prostitution or stealing or cheating others or doing things that can cut off your own glory and say mistakes are allowed. No, that's not what I'm talking about. But sometimes failures can come. You can want to go. Do you know the worst thing that can happen to anyone in life is not failure. It is the acceptance of being a failure. The fact that you're failed in something doesn't mean that you can't succeed in much more beautiful, better things.
Yeah.
Okay, my second example is a very close friend of mine. And I'm going to try to paraphrase something he said so that you know this, my friend. He said, when I was in the college, I used to have a friend. And when it was time for us to write our final exams, he passed it all. He has 9 A's, and I failed several courses. I failed several courses. And you see that, my friend, because of his intelligence, he's working in one of the greatest companies of the world. And I, Bill Gates, own that company. That's my friend, Bill Gates.
Wow.
He failed. He said he failed several courses. He failed on several subjects, final exams. But then, the intelligence of the friend, of course, took him to the one of the directors, maybe. But he owned Microsoft. And for someone to hold that kind, then you know that is actually great. Has he not failed before? He has failed. So discover yourself, know who you are, and stop. Let me tell you another thing about social media that is very interesting. There is nothing on social media that is not edited. Exactly. Your life is not edited. Okay, I'll take myself as an example. I am a fashion designer. I'm a fashion tutor. And I have online school. So I take people classes online. Now, I realized something recently. There are so many times that that I'm trying to have a course, and while covering during video processes, there will be mistakes. If they are not mistakes from, making clothes, sewing somewhere wrong, or something can fall down and make terrible noise. Flies can even just go, and you have forgotten that, you're doing your videoing, you just do like this.
Yeah.
There are many times you do things. There are many times the work you're doing will go wrong. Okay, take for example, I was having a belt class recently, and I'd forgotten that I'd plugged my soldering iron for long, and I just wanted to use it to pierce a hole, and it just went all in, and it bore the hole, and it was so terrible that I had to start the belt all over.
Wow.
Now, who saw that mistake? Nobody. Because I just edited it, stopped at where I stopped that video, quickly made another one to that stage, and continued my processes. I corrected that mistake there. Did my students say it? No. And so when they are making their mistake, do you know that some people can say, but when my online tutor was making her own, everything was just smooth, everything was just this, everything was just that. No, there were mistakes, they were edited.
Yeah.
So there are apps. Do you know that you can be on low cut, like she's on low cut? There are apps that can put long weave, what you call bone straight. Some people are actually such about Miss Techie. There's a video she made, and she was wearing low cuts, even tinted hair. And then, but when she started the video, she was all, with not braids, weaves, and all of that, and she was looking good. And she said, "Oh, you thought that was real? No." And they flipped that scene, and we saw a real. Even backgrounds, there are applications. Yeah. There are applications that you just need green. What is it called? Overlay or something. Use CapCut. There are, look, if you use Face App, you can change your face to, in fact, the richest lady in the world.
Yeah. Right.
Meanwhile, the person is actually looking tattered. It will put makeup on you, it will put hair on you, it will put everything on you. Yeah. And the person sitting, maybe she had not even taken her bath. Some people can shoot in the bush, and by the time you see the background, they have edited it. Some people have mastered KineMaster, VN, all these apps are there. They are applications, they are community that are made. They are made to build contents. Those things you're seeing are just mere contents. That does not mean that social media is bad. What are you now saying? Are you saying that, social media is bad? No, I'm not saying that. As a matter of fact, I'm asking you to leverage on social media because it has so much benefits.
Yeah.
I'm in Mina. I'm in Niger State. I'm in Nigeria. And I do business with people in the UK, in the US, all over the world. Yeah. How do you think that is possible? Social media. But do not now use it to judge yourself. Yeah. Know that anything you're looking at there has been edited. And if it is edited, your life is not something that you can script out and just edit. You make a mistake, edit the mistake, move on.
Yeah, learn from the mistake.
Learn from the mistake, know who you are, discover yourself, and move on.
How do we, or how do people learn to appreciate themselves, learn to value that position that they have found themselves, not using that? Now we understand now that social media can be a fake life.
Yes.
Exactly. So now the spot you are in now, the position you are in now, how do we, love ourselves within that position and be able to build ourselves even in that position that we have without using social media as a calculator or something for our lives?
Thank you. Okay, so the question made me kind of remember some time ago in my life, precisely when I was in secondary school, I was hawking. I was into street hawking because some life issues that used to happen to people. Am I from a kind of a background that I should even hawk? No, as in not at all. It was so terrible that when I put my tray on my head, people ask me, even people that doesn't know me will ask me, where are you coming from? Who put this on your head? Someone wearing good clothes and still. But life happened. My parents separated and things happened. But where am I going? I was in a very beautiful school. very good school. That when we are in school, some of my classmates, of course, we were teenagers. Some of my classmates would have seen me 1 or 2 times while walking, and I would just greet them. And so when we're in school, when I want to say anything, they would just push me away, like, who are you to be in this caucus? Who are you to mix with us? You are low, because my school has lots of rich people's daughters. We are all girls. And sometimes girls can be, they will say all manner of things. Something I discovered, I was very good academically, but I realized that because this thing did not really happen when I started school, so everything was fine, but all of a sudden it happened. I'm going somewhere. So I realized I was getting to me, I was not free, I was becoming shy. Then I started having pains and feeling of sadness whenever my mommy gives me something to go and sell. He was, demoralizing me and all of that. I was feeling not up to, places I've been getting to and talking and people belittling me and all of that. So sometimes I started wishing I would be like them. But I realized that most of these people, I was more brilliant than them. All of a sudden, they were even passing more than me. One day I now sat myself down. I said, okay, wait. I was good that when I bring things to school, these are people that are looking forward to me eating my food because they would like to share with me. And all of a sudden, I'm no more in their clique. That's fine. But now, I now told myself, okay, I'm no longer in their clique, but there's something they still respect, which is my academic status. And now I told myself, am I going to drop that too? And then Olodo will now add to the abuse. Then I said, no, I ain't going to allow that. So I sat down. Now, that is answering the question, what do you do? After being depressed, or you have tried to validate your own life or self because of things you're seeing or going on social media, we can compare that with what was happening to me, using those girls and their parents. My parents were dropping me at school, before the separation, but after the separation, because my mommy had to be the father and the mother, so she doesn't even have a car. Everything she has, she was even selling them. So we trekked to school. So when I see their father and every other thing, I would like, oh, are these not children? This and that. Until I stopped it. Then I told myself something. I said, I'm going to discover myself. This situation, I'm going to make the best out of it. There might be issues surrounding you that you have found yourself in that is making you to feel, oh, you are not measuring up to what you're seeing. But sit down and turn it around. It wouldn't be a thing of pride if I say I'm doing better than most of them now. It wouldn't be. It would be a way to testify to the glory of God. But I made sure that now they would be proud that I'm their friend. I made sure that associating with me now will bring pride to them. If I had allowed myself, there are several options I could have gone for them. I could have, go into boyfriendship, you understand, and get impregnated, all in the terms of I want to get money and feel rich. But I didn't do that. I made sure that I looked for a way to turn those situations around. How? I would sit down and take my studies seriously. So whatever you are doing, do it well. Anything you find yourself doing, do it well. Put an excellence touch on it. Don't use other people's excellence to judge your own success or failure. Be the best at whatever you are doing. Know that this space called the sky is big enough for everybody to fly. Don't pull anyone down. Know that God had created everyone and He has given everyone gifts to live this life. Discover your own and walk with it. Walk with it, and don't walk with people that will pull you down. Don't walk with people, unreal people that will pull you down with their mouth, with their tongue, with anything they have. Some of them are actually empty, so to say. They are only using you to cover body, to feel good. When they get to their houses, they cry. Some of them, you see them outside. Maybe you're in church or you're in school, and then you see people dressing well. Try to visit them. You would not be able to sit on their chair. Some nail clothes on the wall, hanging, but they will be speaking rack English. It is not good. It is not bad if you have not gotten something at home. I'm not mocking. I'm trying to say, don't paint yourself what you are not outside. Self-courage, self-worth, self-esteem is beautiful. But you know, when you're polishing yourself what you are not, then you're confusing people. And so many confused people are out there trying to die because okay, you're saying your mate has a car. Do you know how she or he got it? Oh, you think life is all this Nollywood at 20? You say, I'm 28 years and you see the luxury houses. How many, even they themselves, how many of them do you think has those luxury houses? Walk and climb the ladder from down. Climb the ladder from down, not from the top. Because if you do it from the top, you'll be descending. Be happy. My husband will say that you are not sad because things are bad. Things are rather bad because you're sad. You see this, you're not happy because you are not measuring up. You see this and everything weigh you down. Let there be a way that will, energize you to go higher. Not something to pull you down. So be yourself. Make sure that there is a ladder. Everybody is climbing. You too, make sure you are climbing. Make sure you are not stagnant. Make sure you are doing something. It might feel, I know how difficult it looks when nothing looks like it's going to be fine. Nothing looks like it's working. And then you're hearing, keep doing it. I know how difficult it is to keep it up at that stage. But I tell you what, there is always light at the end of every tunnel.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Keep pressing. And one day you see yourself there.
Thank you very much. I also like to add that irrespective of who you are seeing that is doing better than you are, don't envy them. How would I put it now?
Sure.
Don't envy. You can actually just don't push them back. You can actually just use your life to pray that, okay, God, I want to be like this. I want to improve on myself and blah blah. And don't stay in one position. Try as much as possible to also do something. And you just see gradually. Everything will not just come out at once.
No.
I think that's a problem. People don't want to be patient.
Yes.
Exactly.
People believe that, oh, do you see that person? Do you see that person? Do you see that? You're talking about business. Okay, I've been in business for 10 years. I've registered a company for 10 years. Now, if you see me make any exploit now, it could be like, oh, are we not living in the same place?
And maybe someone that just joined that particular industry last year. And you're like, I want to be like
okay, now that I'm saying I'm a fashion tutor, I'm a fashion connoisseur, I'm a fashion connoisseur, I'm this and that. Would I tell you I've failed, I've done this? Unless maybe there is an occasion for that.
Yes, exactly.
If I want to tell you my pains, I'll tell you how. There are times that clients have done things I said, I'm not even doing this work.
Exactly.
Do you understand? Success does not happen in a day. Success ladder.
Yes.
You have to be climbing. When you want to take the step, it might be heavy. It might feel like, oh, you have been hot. Oh, you might not even see what it is upward. Sometimes you might even have to descend 2 steps lower than you were coming.
Yeah.
But keep going. Keep going.
Yes.
Just keep going. That's how to get to the top of the ladder. Don't feel, okay, God is fair to someone and God is terrible with me.
Yeah.
Don't envy people. If you see someone, even on the internet, some people envy people they don't know.
Yeah.
Don't envy people. If you feel someone is making it, if you see someone is doing well, like she said, pray. And my husband will also say something. You saw your neighbor got a car, giving birth, building house. Go to their house, be rejoicing. Do you know why? Because God is in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
So when he sees you, he will say, oh, so you are there. Oh yeah, let me go and meet you.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you are there and you're like, oh, what is wrong with them? Somebody is driving. You say, what is he driving? No, he's Angolo. He's Pangolo.
Exactly.
It's thing. Go and put whatever and put something and put yourself inside and say, go on.
But you know some people actually like that. They're like, they find it intimidating to them.
Yes.
That someone else is succeeding.
And everyone that makes it to them is a thief.
Exactly.
Whoever makes it to them is a thief. For you to have made it like this, even as a young lady, they will classify you a prostitute. A woman, they can even say you are using the head of your husband. If you're a man, they can say you're a ritualist. People make it.
We should also.
You can make it with your hand.
Yes.
With your own hand, with your own head.
Yes.
You can make it.
Yes, and your mindset too matters.
Your mindset.
Very important. let's talk about social media and marriage validation.
I said, is this marriage? Now like this, are we married? This is go for a pastor. I think I was even kneeling there and he was begging me to stand up. I said, no sir, you are my pastor. In fact, I don't want to talk to you like my husband. I'm asking you as a pastor. Like this, if you know this couple, are they married now? Is this what marriage is? Because if it is,